Is Bible Explained HT Films, revealing the hidden meanings and divine truths within the Word of God.
Have you ever wondered how beauty became rebellion, and how heaven's brightest star turned toward darkness? Anointed as guardian of glory, his beauty mirrored the splendor of creation itself, flawless in wisdom and design. Before pride found a place, the heavens shimmered with harmony, and Lucifer stood nearest the eternal light.
From his heart rose melodies that filled the cosmos. Worship flowed.
Yet the reflection became fascination, and fascination grew into desire. To own the glory meant only for God.
Within the brightness of perfection, a single thought stirred.
Ambition whispered softly within him, urging his heart to claim the throne that was never his to take.
Warnings echoed through eternity, but pride deafened the cherub who once sang the loudest praise.
Doubt was born, and with it the first fracture of unity. The seed of rebellion took root.
He admired his own light more than the one who gave it, mistaking reflection for source.
In his heart resounded the fatal vow, "I will ascend above the clouds. I will be like the Most High."
The fragrance of worship turned to tension.
With words sweet as light he reasoned, twisting freedom into pride, drawing countless hearts toward his vision. Then came the moment of challenge. Creation's brightest dared question the Creator whose glory had formed him.
All of heaven waited. Mercy lingered even as justice gathered, and silence covered the trembling skies.
From eternity's center came the decree: rebellion shall not dwell.
Then Michael arose, the defender of God's throne.
Once brothers in song, now divided by pride. Light faced light, yet one had turned its hue to shadow.
Heaven shook as loyalty and rebellion collided. A war not of weapons, but of wills and worship.
Peace returned, but heaven would never forget. The memory of pride remained as an eternal warning.
Cast down from the mountain of God, the morning star fell. His splendor turned to ash beneath the weight of justice. From the heights of heaven he fell into the pit prepared for pride, the place where glory forgets its source.
Thus was birthed the realm of shadows, beauty corrupted, harmony shattered.
In torment he swore revenge, vowing to twist creation itself against the one he could no longer behold. And heaven declared, "Let every heart remember, the brightest fall when pride forgets the hand that formed it."
Bound by the justice he defied, the fallen were chained in darkness, awaiting the final judgment to come.
Into perfection crept the deceiver, veiling pride beneath beauty, bearing the same desire that once ruined angels. Though the heavens were cleansed, the echo of rebellion moved unseen, seeking a heart to whisper into. The same voice that defied heaven now murmured on earth, twisting truth into doubt, love into disobedience. And through one act the shadow spread, staining creation with the same pride that cast Lucifer down. Yet mercy spoke before judgment. One day the seed of the woman would crush the serpent's head forever.
Once the morning star, now the adversary, Satan the accuser.
A spectral, ethereal figure resembling a young East Asian man with glowing eyes roamed the earth.
Through deception he built kingdoms of pride, replacing the worship of the Creator with the worship of creation. Yet even fallen, he dared appear before the throne, accusing the faithful, testing the patience of divine mercy.
Thus began the unseen war for the soul of man, where every decision would reveal allegiance to pride or to truth.
Through kings and empires he ruled unseen, shaping power to reflect pride, building thrones from human ambition.
Thus the kingdom of darkness took form, mimicking heaven's order, yet
Whenever truth rose, he answered with lies, turning hearts from the voice of heaven toward the echo of deception.
His greatest victory was not conquest, but division, turning brother against brother, faith into fury. And still he waits, ever patient, seeking to shape destiny through pride, the weapon that first unmade heaven.
Within perfection, a silent turning began. The gaze once upward now sought to adore itself.
Light untempered by obedience bends. Brilliance without gratitude becomes. The seed of self took root when reflection pleased more than the radiance that created it. Comparison whispered deceit, that equality with the infinite could complete what was already perfect. Freedom proved its cost. Love cannot compel loyalty, for will must choose whom to exalt. All creation hushed before the mystery of iniquity, the first thought raised against eternal harmony. Pride seeks company. Persuasion masked as wisdom led many to question the very source of light. Holiness became a boundary no pride could cross. Love itself drew the line pride refused to see.
Justice spoke from the eternal center. Glory cannot serve two masters. Thus began the war of wills. Light against light, allegiance against ambition, truth against desire.
Judgment was not wrath, but consequence. Light cannot remain where love is rejected.
Falling from presence, he became absence. The light once reflected now burns in isolation.
The abyss did not conquer her, it contained her.
Heaven stood purified by obedience, its peace renewed through the lesson of pride's defeat.
Pride is light turned inward, truth inverted, until beauty serves itself rather than its giver.
Lucifer's fall revealed that divine love never coerces. Freedom exists so that devotion may remain pure.
Creation became the witness. In judgment, mercy was hidden. In mercy, justice prevailed. Neither opposed, both eternal.
Worship was renewed, not by command, but by understanding.
Order was restored through revelation. The law of light proclaimed obedience as the harmony of creation.
Heaven learned structure through contrast. Authority no longer questioned, but cherished as the gift of peace.
Purity became the measure of praise. Intention weighed more than melody. Humility more than sound.
The covenant of light was sealed anew. Loyalty to the Creator.
Heaven preserved remembrance, not in mourning, but in wisdom, so the faithful might never repeat pride's descent.
The Almighty inscribed a warning into light itself. Beauty without humility becomes rebellion in disguise.
Through endless ages, the story is taught. Freedom must bow to love.
Every orbit bears reflection of that fall. The cosmos itself remembers that light.
From the memory of the brightest came wisdom eternal, that obedience is not loss, but life preserved.
Lot Fashir.
Obedience became covenant, not constraint. Will aligned with holiness transforms command into communion. Light became the measure of every being. The nearer the source, the purer the reflection of his will. Authority was not hierarchy of pride, but harmony of purpose, each serving joyfully within divine design.
So the law of eternal light was sealed. No shadow may enter where
True worship rises not from melody but motive. Adoration born from love, untouched by ambition.
Purity of worship depends on intent. When the self is silent, truth becomes song without sound.
hearts aligned with heaven's rhythm formed one pulse of praise, obedience expressed through harmony.
Every beam carried meaning. Obedience translated into light, light into praise, praise into peace.
In surrender, heaven found security. Only those yielded entirely could stand forever in divine fire.
From the throne flowed justice and mercy together.
Heaven's equity was shown, that judgment is not cruelty but consequence, mercy not weakness but strength.
Each act of justice revealed divine fairness. Even the fallen could not claim God unjust.
Mercy was seen not in pardon, but in restraint, the delay of final ruin that repentance might still speak.
Justice proved perfection complete, every decision of God revealing both strength and tenderness unbroken.
When rebellion was cast out, stillness returned. Heaven's silence became worship purified by understanding.
Harmony was healed where division had wounded. Love stitched together what pride had torn.
Divine order emerged stronger than before. Obedience no longer assumed, but chosen with conviction.
Worship deepened into revelation. Adoration now sang,
Not from innocence, but from wisdom tested.
Heaven stood eternally secure, its peace guarded by the memory of
Across creation, the lesson endures. Order exists because love governs, and freedom bows before truth.
Even the stars proclaim the law of light. Every orbit,
The loyal watch eternally, guarding creation's harmony, reminding that worship must remain pure. Peace returned to the cosmos, a silent hymn declaring that God alone is worthy of exaltation. From eternity, God beheld both glory and grief, foreknowing rebellion, yet permitting freedom for love to be real. God allowed pride to rise that his righteousness might be understood. Perfection shines clearest when tested. In the fall of Lucifer, God's character was revealed. Justice unyielding.
The universe witnessed truth vindicated. No ether in the Creator, only rebellion in the created will.
thus divine wisdom stood eternal. Every
Heaven appointed watchers over creation, living witnesses that holiness must ever guard its own peace.
Purity formed its own defense. Holiness creates walls no rebellion may cross again.
Faithfulness became their seal. Devotion no longer innocence alone, but loyalty tested and proven. Peace formed the perimeter of creation. No threat may rise where worship keeps its gaze upon the eternal.
The eternal watch continues, not from fear but gratitude, that rebellion's wound may never return. Heaven pondered the mystery. Why did the Almighty allow rebellion to rise beneath his gaze?
Delay was mercy, patience the proof that justice acts not in haste, but in perfect knowledge.
Delay was mercy, patience the proof that justice acts not in haste, but in perfect knowledge.
Even toward the fallen, compassion flowed, God's sorrow deeper than wrath. his justice clothed in love.
Patience triumphed. Every age would testify that love endured longer than pride could stand.
The hosts of heaven assembled as witnesses, proclaiming the righteousness of God beyond question or doubt. Truth was proclaimed not in words alone, but in glory, the revelation that God is light without shadow.
Hear him declare his justice complete, every decision pure.
The thrones themselves bore witness, authority existing only to serve the greater authority of holiness.
From the highest heaven to the smallest star, the universe affirmed. The fall of the brightest became eternity's testimony, that no wisdom endures apart from reverence.
Every world would learn through witness, not wound. Creation instructed by heaven's remembered rebellion.
Dependence was revealed as perfection's strength. Creatures whole only while drawing life from their creator.
The universe beheld the contrast, obedience bright and stable, self-will brilliant yet doomed to fade.
Lucifer's fall revealed holiness unapproachable, light so pure that imperfection cannot endure its presence.
Sanctity is not distance but devotion. God's fire consumes pride, yet warms the hearts of the faithful.
Purity beyond comprehension, holiness that exists not by comparison, but by absolute perfection.
Holiness became heaven's anthem, adoration not born of fear.
Freedom in heaven was never independence, but harmony, will moving in perfect rhythm with divine intent. Lucifer misused choice, turning gift into weapon. Liberty without love becomes rebellion without cause.
Willing obedience proves.
True liberty is love unchained, will united with purpose.
Dependence is not weakness but wisdom, existence secure only when anchored in the source of all light.
Law became visible structure, every pillar, every ray, declaring that holiness is order shaped by love.
Divine command was never tyranny. It was love given language so freedom could understand direction.
Justice was revealed as protection, not punishment. Defense of love against the ruin of pride. Order proved perfection living, each spirit in place, each motion reflecting the will that formed it. Sin began as separation, the moment light turned inward and refused its source.
Sin is not creation of evil, but corruption of good, truth bent until it mirrors itself.
Heaven saw the law not as restraint, but rhythm, the harmony that sustains eternal peace.
Pride declared autonomy, the will saying, I will ascend, though already placed nearest to the eternal.
Evil exists not as power, but as absence, the hollow left where truth and love are refused.
Judgment spoke not in anger but authority, declaring separation between holiness and corruption forevermore. God confined rebellion within its own shadow, mercy restraining destruction until all truth be seen.
Justice formed the boundary. No evil could pass where purity stands unbroken in love.
Evil chained by decree, yet not erased.
Mercy held back wrath. The Creator desired not destruction, but revelation through time. Silence fell upon the universe, not of fear, but of reverence for the justice just revealed.
The rebellion of one heart echoed through creation.
From grief came wisdom.
Divine order was rewritten, not changed in law but clarified in purpose.
Lucifer's fall became revelation, the mystery of holiness understood through the contrast of corruption.
Justice became education, each decree not mere punishment, but instruction in eternal principle.
Righteousness shone brighter through opposition. Divine purity revealed not only what God is, but why He is good. Love endured even rebellion. Divine affection proved stronger than the fire that judged.
Through all this, wisdom was unveiled, God needing no defense, for His truth sustains itself forever.
The flame of praise rekindled, no longer innocent alone, but understanding, love proven by loyalty.
A new song rose in heaven, the anthem.
Praise completed its circle, heaven now stronger, purer, wiser than before rebellion ever spoke.
All worship centered again upon its author, every heart aligned.
Before rebellion spoke, redemption was known. Love foreseeing the wound and preparing its healing. Mercy found its pattern in eternity, the promise that every fall would meet an open hand. Redemption carried cost unseen to angels, the truth that restoration requires sacrifice, not decree.
Time itself was shaped for mercy, each age allowed to witness the patience of God revealed.
Even through Lucifer's fall, hope endured, the assurance that love would one day reconcile all things. The moral universe was revealed, order not mechanical but relational, every soul accountable to love. Responsibility became harmony, each life a note sustained only while tuned to the composer's will.
Every act carried weight. Freedom became meaningful because consequence proved real. All creation stood witness that rebellion births ruin, and obedience preserves life itself.
Peace became law, an unbroken covenant between creator and creation, written in the balance of all things. Heaven keeps remembrance alive, not in grief but in gratitude, the archive of pride preserved as warning. Each hymn carries remembrance. Every bow declares that glory belongs to none but the eternal.
Every generation of angels sees the seal, the memory of arrogance contained by holiness.
Reverence became rhythm, memory renewing worship, worship preserving peace.
The fall left a mark upon eternity, a reminder that even beauty must bow to holiness. Though rebellion rose, the throne remained unmoved, unchanged, unshaken.
Authority was never threatened. Glory cannot be diminished by denial, nor sovereignty undone by sin.
Divine law required no revision. The standard of holiness stood as it always had, eternal and complete.
The throne stands eternal. The rebellion ended, but its lesson written into the foundation of time.
Heaven regained balance not by change in God, but by return of all wills to His order.
Through Lucifer's pride, God's character appeared clearer, justice without cruelty, power without arrogance.
By opposition, truth became visible. Righteousness shines brightest when reflected against defiance.
Rebellion mirrored the consequence of self, revealing that perfection exists only through communion. Holiness proved itself unassailable, unchanged by sin, uncorrupted by contact with imperfection.
Light triumphed, not by battle, but by being. God's dominion required no defense, his reign unending, because his essence is the life of all things.
All creation submitted willingly. Dominion found its meaning in unity, not in force.
Heaven sang again, not from fear but freedom.
The King of eternity reigned in tranquil majesty, peace enthroned where pride once dared to rise.
Through endless ages, the crown remains.
Heaven declared once and forever, all light is borrowed, all glory returns to its source.
The law was written not on stone, but within spirit, truth engraved upon willing hearts.
The redeemed became witnesses that freedom finds fulfillment only when it bows to holiness.
Harmony returned as worship reborn. Every motion, every breath now part of one divine rhythm.
From rebellion came wisdom eternal, the certainty that creation cannot exist apart from its creator.
Love triumphed without war. Its endurance outlasted pride. Its mercy outshone the grave of rebellion.
Restoration was not reversal, but renewal. The universe stronger for having witnessed the cost of pride.
The lesson remains. Light unguarded becomes darkness. Freedom unguided becomes fall.
And all creation proclaims forever, he alone is worthy, his light eternal, his kingdom without end. Let every soul remember, the fall of Lucifer warns us still.